nowadays. Everyone wants to know what gamification is, how to use in my classroom, or even in your daily lives. We can gamify it, okay? And I'd like to know where are you from? Yeah, because we have some Brazilian people here, and also I can see your names. Please chat. Let's interact here. Don't leave me talking by myself here, okay? Sometimes we think, whoa, this is just a workshop. Only the speaker will speak. No, let's interact here. Make something pleasant in this Saturday afternoon. Well, I'm gonna share my screen with you. I'm not familiar with this WebEx, Cisco WebEx, but I'm trying. Let me choose here just a minute. Okay, now can you see my screen?
Okay.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay, just a minute here. I will log off my WhatsApp. Okay. I'm so familiar with Google Meet, Zoom, with this one. So many screens pop up in here. That's okay, because I'd like to see the chat. So people, if you have any question, don't be shy, interact with me. Okay, chat is here. I'm just organizing those windows here. Okay. So, as everyone, okay. Everybody, can you see my screen? Just give me a thumb up or type on chat. From zero to hero, how to gamify my classroom. I'm teacher Vanessa Bohn. As you can see, I try to tell you a little bit about myself using Bitmojis. I love Bitmojis, people. So this is who I am. I'm a dog lover. I love pets in general, but I love dogs, okay? I'm an English teacher here in my state, Minas Gerais. I love technology, as you can see. Video game is part of my life since when I was a child. If I could create a timeline here, I would say that I started with Atari. Well, from Atari, you can say, you can imagine how old I am, right? And I love coffee too. And when I have some possibilities, I like traveling around the world or even here in Brazil. And well, I think I was gamified by Google because I have those Google certificates, certifier educator level 1 and 2. And in 2019, I got the certifier innovator. This is a program from Google. Everyone can participate, can achieve those badges as I'm showing you here. And this is a marvelous group. Around the world, we have Google innovators, and we discuss, we have, we, became a community of teachers, educators, passionate for education and how to improve education using not only Google apps, but technology in general. So we spread our ideas. I'm spreading my ideas nowadays with this project, Inove Prof. You can also, I invite you to follow me on Instagram, YouTube channel, where I share about gamification, technology, how to use in a creative way for you to engage your students. This is the key point. Today, we are going to discuss how to gamify our class because our focus is on students. And in a nutshell here, just for you to have an idea who I am, some years ago, I started to learn English playing this game. Where is Carmen Sandiego? This is a classic game. It was designed to study geography. And it's interesting because I needed to catch Carmen. This is a famous thief who wants to steal famous treasures around the world. So I need to catch her. And at the same time, I need to know where is she in each part of the world. So I had as my helper here a small dictionary, Collins, a pocket dictionary, English and Portuguese, because in that time I didn't know many things in English. So I needed to check because the game was everything in English. And I had this small encyclopedia just to check the colors of some flags from countries, just to have an idea. And it helped me a lot. I love this game because this is a special point in my life when I really started to learn English. And now, people, I'd like to know about you. If you know what is gamification, I'm gonna show you I don't know if you are familiar with this web page, Mentimeter. This is a classic interactive web page, and I'm going to show you. Let me see if I can type here. You can scan this QR code here or go to menti.com and type this code here. I want to read your opinion, your ideas about what comes to your mind when you hear the word gamification. Let's check your ideas, your opinion about it. Let me just a minute here. Just a minute, I'm changing here. I'm typing on chat the web page and the code 66330010.
Okay.
You can go to chat room here, click on menti.com, type or copy and paste the code. And here I'm just waiting. Your answers will pop up and we are going to see what comes to your mind when you hear the word gamification, people. Please don't be shy, okay?
Okay.
I'm waiting for you, giving you a time to type. We have 12 participants here.
Hum, ok. Aqui no celular e também consegui entrar pelo computador. Aí tá pedindo, tá numa parte, professora.
Uhum.
Tá pedindo alguns caracteres para escrever aqui embaixo. Eu coloco esse número.
And you can use web page or even on mobile phone, it works. Type your opinion about what you think gamification. It can be just a word or a sentence. What comes to your mind when you hear about gamification? You can leave your message or just a few words, for example, and submit.
Ok, pera.
Like in this example here, someone typed the question and submitted.
Estou concluindo aqui o login.
All right. Well, as a teacher, I'm going to make a roll call here, people.
Ok.
Aparecida. I'm kidding, people.
Work, education.
Antônia, Aparecida, Camila, Fael. Fael, are you from Buenos Aires? That's right? Yeah or no?
No, no, no. É Brasília.
Gerson. Oh.
Piauí.
Oh. Luana, Kelly, Kawane, Malika. I don't know if I'm pronouncing correctly. Hassan. Welcome, people. It's a pleasure to be with you today in this Saturday afternoon.
Teacher,
Yeah.
apareceu para mim a tela aqui. Vamos começar a criar. É aqui mesmo?
You typed menti.com and please enter the code. Have you typed the code below? 66330010 and click submit.
Acho que estou no lugar errado.
Oh, someone typed here using games. I'm not sure. Do you think, people, gamification is the use of games, video games in your classroom? Well, I'm gonna.
Não, professora, acho que eu não vou
No?
conseguir entrar pelo navegador, não.
Okay, no
Pode
problem.
ir adiante, viu?
Yeah. So, people, just a minute here. Well, I'd like to tell you that gamification is around us. You can, is everywhere. Education, business, applications. We have lots of apps, gamified apps. And as just a few examples here, we have Duolingo, the classical learning online environment for you to learn English, Spanish, French. This is totally gamified because you need to achieve some, you need to do some tasks in order to go to the next level, like in video games, right? Ways you follow if you are lost. You have a community of people who are connected on ways, giving you hints. What is the best place? Where is the traffic stuck? So you give this information with people who have the app on mobile phone. This is gamified because you can unlock some hints using according to the use. And if you are an athlete, well, that's not my case. You can use an app like Nike Run Club. I have some friends who loves they are runner, so you can look about your the place you are running, how many kilometers or miles are you running per week, and you have a ranking showing about your accomplishments during the activity. It's really good. If you like run, you can use gamification in your everyday. But people, pay attention here. I love, as I told you, I love Bitmojis, but I love GIFs too. I think this is a fantastic tool to be used in the classroom with our students. We have two scenarios here, and I like Simpsons too. You people, how can teachers make students be engaged and motivated in the classroom? Here in Brazil, some years ago, well, I think after pandemic in 2019, we had this first scenario here. In a classroom, many students connected, or I mean, playing video games while the teacher is there in front of the class getting, she doesn't know what to do because she doesn't have students' attention. It was terrible for us. Please keep your mobile phone under the desk, mute. It was terrible. And my student looked like Bart Simpson, annoyed. Yeah, oh my gosh, what am I doing here in this class? I don't know. And, you know, sleeping, I don't know, people from other countries here. Do you have this problem? Do you face with this issue in your classroom? So, for us here in Brazil, mobile phone was an enemy for us teachers. Well, it wasn't my enemy because I like to use technology in my classroom, but sometimes I had this problem too. But uh, before pandemic, it was an enemy, but after that, it became our friend, the best friend you have, because many students was using mobile phone to study, yeah, to watch tutorials, videos, attending some classes. So our enemy became our hero, right? Como o professor pode fazer? How can teacher get involved, engaged in the classroom and be motivated? How can I achieve this? That's my question here. Well, we have nowadays many methodologies active to make our students engaged and motivated. This isn't a hard work, I must confess for you. But thinking about innovative 21st century classroom, the four C's we are focusing on this in this summit. Critical thinking, collaboration, creative communication. Those four C's are pretty important for our student, 21st student nowadays, because they need to be aware to what is going on after high school, at college, work, business, if we think about it, right? So we need to make them aware to those four C's. And I think that that's my opinion. When we work with those four C's, we are learning. We, as a teacher, we are learning too, but we are helping our students to get social, emotional capabilities, how to deal with some problems, problem-solving skills. We have project-based learning, problem-based learning. All of them are trying to help our students to be familiar with some situations and how can we solve that. My tip for you people, um, try to type on Google about design thinking. This is a nice methodology. Many offices, huge uh, offices like Google, Microsoft, they use design thinking to solve their problems. So you can use this in your classroom. It's necessary for our students to be happy in the classroom. Yeah, they spend most of their times in at school. So a joy for learning. This is something that we need to make our students to feel, to have this sensation. To it is a memorable part of their lives. So we need to catch our students' attention. It's a hard work, as I told you, but I think we need to focus on those four situations here. And the last thing, encourage teamwork. They don't know how to work in groups. Sometimes it's difficult. People, let's spread, try to make teams with different students here. No, they just get together with their buddies. Only that. It's difficult to spread and give an opportunity to know a little bit about the other classmate, but we need to make that encourage teamwork with our students. And how can we do that? About using gamification. But people, first, this term was first coined by this guy, Nick Palin, a British-born computer programmer in 2002, a long time ago. But the word was officially became a buzzword in 2011. And here in Brazil, I heard gamification. I think it was in 2015, 16, when I thought, well, is it about games? Let me research a little bit about it. And this is the book that I love. This is my, when I talk about gamification, I always mention about Core CAP, the gamification of learning and instruction, game-based methods and strategies for training and education. Amazing. This is an amazing book. Of course, there are many books about gamification, but this is my top notch. And according to CAP, gamification is using game-based mechanics, aesthetics, and game thinking to engage people, motivate action, promote learning, and solve problems, like in video games, right? Uh, People are so fascinated with games because they are fun and engaging. You dive deeper in a fantasy world where you can be uh, a hunter, a magician. You can be anything that you want in this virtual world. But gamification, we use those elements from games in a non-game space like our classroom. So we try to make turning into game. We will turn our classroom
Peraí, que eu tô
into
tentando.
game. Okay. This is a little bit complicated because many people
Tô
make
tentando me inscrever aqui nesse
misunderstood
negócio aqui.
the word gamification. They think that it is the use of games. No, this is game-based learning, another thing. Gamification, you are using those elements from games in a non-game place, okay? But what kind of elements do, do can you use, right? Well, people, everybody here is a teacher, right? Think about in your classroom. Do you usually use points to measure your students' participation, evaluate them? Badges sometimes, and leaderboards. PBL. This is the classic three elements in a gamification. In gamification, points, badges, and leaderboards. But people, and I must confess that this is not the only three elements in gamification. I'm going to show you that there are more than those three. But as the title of my presentation said, from zero to hero, we are starting how to use gamification. So we need to start from something that you are familiar. So points, badges, leaderboards, you can use starting with those elements in your class. Your student did his homework, everything right, you can give him a badge. Nice work. Like a scout, people, escoteiros, scout, they have many badges when they get some thing, for example, helping an elderly neighbor, for example, doing his household chores. They got these badges, so we can use online badges too, and I'm gonna suggest you to create those badges using Canva. Canva or Canva here in Brazil. This is an amazing online image editor tool that you can create many things for your classroom, people. This is my first hint for you. Canva editor. This is the name. And pay attention when we use leaderboards, ranking. We need to deal with motivation. Sometimes student, if they didn't see his name at the top, he or she will be frustrated. But you can make this leaderboard weekly, just for the other student who is at the bottom have an opportunity to achieve the top. So we need to keep this into your mind, because motivation, we have intrinsic and extrinsic motivation. So sometimes a leaderboard can be a bad idea if you don't think correctly or use it correctly, okay? So, as I told you, we have many, as you can see in this pyramid of elements of Warba. We have dynamics, mechanics, and components. Take a look here, people. Badges, points, leaderboards. It is at the bottom of the pyramid. Then we have I love competition and cooperation. One more time, you as a teacher need to keep in your mind, what is my idea to use gamification? What I want? What's my aim here? So I want to make a competition among students. Is it good or bad? Depending on student age, sometimes it's not so good, but they can compete in groups using collaborative work here, okay? Give them rewards. Here at the top, we have narrative. You can also work with storytelling. This is amazing. Make your student create stories using this dynamic element here, okay? And here, people, I have some web pages. Then I can upload my presentation and leave for you. In my web page, Instagram, I can publish a link, and you are able to download and go to those web pages here, okay? Don't worry if I'm not writing everything on chat. Take a look here, people. Do we have teachers who teach chemistry here? We have, I think it is amazed, this web page here, gamified.uk. We have a periodic table of gamification elements. Take a look how many elements from gamification can you use in your classroom, people. It's fantastic. So I invite you to take a look, to visit this web page here, gamified.uk, or you can just type on Google periodic table of gamification. You will get this page. Another thing to keep in your mind when we are trying to gamify our classroom, people. Who in this class here, in this workshop, have you ever used Kahoot web page? Kahoot, it is an online quiz. Have you ever used Kahoot? This is amazing. Why am I exemplifying, giving this example here? Kahoot is a top-notch game to online quiz because it motivates my students, engage, and at the same time, I can see this type of players with my students. Some of them are so competitive, they want to answer those questions as fast as they can, because time, if they click on the button faster or first, the first one, time, they will not get they will not give another opportunity for those students. It is fantastic. Okay. Oh, some of you said I use Kahoot. That's amazing. And the sound too involves your student, right? But here I'm talking about types of players. You will remember those your students when I read those type model here. Another British researcher, Richard Bartle, he wrote in 1996 about those four player type model: achievers, explorers, socializers, and killers. Oh my gosh. Achievers, people, in a nutshell, are players who are focusing on attaining status and achieving goals. They want to check their names at the top of the ranking, okay, when they are playing a video game, okay? This is what they want. Explorers, me, I've done a survey here to check what type of player, according to those four types here, I was an explorer. And that's true. When I played video games, I'd like to check all the scenario to find out power ups, uh, Easter eggs, and share with my colleagues. Oh, I've found that thing. Have you found that? No. Oh, I can help you. So this is the type of explorers. They want to gather artifacts and look around. Um, Yeah, it's funny and motivating. Amazing. Nearpod, people. Nearpod is another web page, fantastic web page to be used in the classroom, okay? There is time to climb activity. My students love to. Thank you. Yeah, if we type here, there are many. Yes, people take notes, the chat. We have so many good examples here. Thank you. Socializers, players who want to make friends and network connection. Well, they are not worried about the game. They are there just to socialize. If you have a Facebook account, I don't know if you remember, there are some online games there, like Heyday, Candy Crush too. This is a kind of socializer game. You are there sometimes to make friends or to have someone who can help you, giving you some lives, power ups. Sometimes you make friends through games too. And killers, the last one here, players who act on or against other game players. They want to win no matter how. That's the killer type model, okay? So based on those four types here, people, think about your student. You are gamifying your classroom, but take into consideration those four types of players according to Bartle theory here, okay? And how can I gamify my classroom? Yes, the Nearpod are competitive activities. I agree with you. You are saying some web pages here, and I'm suggesting you suggestions of apps here. Kahoot, the first one, Quizy. This is another interesting web page. Okay, we have Nearpod. As you said here, ClassPoint. I don't know ClassPoint. I'm gonna check it out later. Creating avatars, people. As we are talking about gamifications, you can ask your students to create avatars, their own avatars, as I'm using here my Bitmoji and the Snapchat, just to, animation here. I love this one. Okay, because I don't, in my classroom, I don't use PowerPoint. I use only because I think it's user-friendly for me, right? Google Slide. But this is an add-on, ClassPoint, but I'm going to check it out. I'm so curious about new tools. Creating badges. You can create badges using Canva, as I told you, Google Drawing too, any type of online image editor you can use, okay? Be creative, people. We nowadays, we are not only teachers, we are game designers, instructional designers, designers of many things, right? We can create a badge like this, in Portuguese, trabalho em equipe or teamwork. And I love this web page here, flaticon.com. This is a free web page where you can download many icons, okay, PNG images, and use in your presentations, in your classroom, okay? Yes, hello, Jefferson, how are you? We can create lessons with Canva, Walklet, Flipgrid, yes, amazing. Amazing. I like to check my students' speaking and listening skills with Flipgrid. Amazing tool. And here, people, I'm just giving you an idea about how to use Google for Education, especially focusing on Google Forms. How can I gamify a Google Forms? Are you familiar with Google Forms? I think everyone has already used Google Forms, especially during 2020 pandemic, COVID-19. Many teachers learn how to use Google Forms to create online assignments, activities, surveys, right? It's not yet. Let me change here. Here, this is my Google form. Well, Vanessa, you have already done, but how can I go to Google form? Well, I'm using my Google account here, okay? You go to Google Drive, click on New, and you can choose Google Forms. People, explore Google Drive. We have many things, interesting apps here to be used in the classroom. Oh, they weren't designed for education, but we can adapt. As a teacher, we have many ideas and we think, oh, I have an idea to use Google Sheets in my classroom to teach mathematics, I don't know, Google Slides too, and we have more things here, Google Sites. And also you can encourage your students to create too a web page for their classroom, uploading photos, videos, podcasts, everything that is happening in the classroom. Make them part of the community, the classroom, the school community, right? Microsoft Form too, yes. And what I'm suggesting you here, just a minute, this, here. I'm suggesting you here, people, to create an activity, an ordinary activity according to your subject here. And you can also adapt to Microsoft Forms too, okay? Sometimes the settings is a little bit different, but it works, okay? So here, what's my idea, people? You will create a Google form. Here, I'm playing, I like watching Netflix. Even nowadays, I don't have time, but sometimes I try. So, are you a binge watch? This is a game. I'm creating like a escape room game. Have you ever heard about escape room? I'm so fascinated with escape rooms. I'm studying, and this I think in the future will be my project in my graduation. I'm trying to develop some games based on escape room. Never. Oh, in a nutshell, escape room, the idea is you are inside a locked classroom, an environment totally different. You need to escape. The idea is you need to get out from that room, and you have 1 hour to do that. But inside the place, the room, there are many things. You need to solve puzzles. You need to, sometimes you have a battery and a flashlight. You need to connect to join these two objects to get a light and to find out many things, a key, some codes. It's interesting. It's amazing because your students will be so motivated and engaged to solve problems, riddles, to puzzles, and at the same time, they are learning and having fun at the same time. I'm uploading some videos on my YouTube channel about escape room. I have also from Google Innovator program, I created a classroom called Gamification on the Cloud. The name in Portuguese is Gamificação nas Nuvens, but in English, Gamification on the Cloud. We can create escape room using many tools available online for free. Oh, yes, let me show you here. Oh, no. Just a minute. Here is my channel. Well, I think it's everything in Portuguese, but we can use closed caption. All of them are so user-friendly tools. You can also follow those steps where I'm teaching how to use podcasts, escape rooms, collaborative walls like Miro, Jamboard, many things. And if you have Instagram, you can, let's keep contact, people. This is my name, Inoviprof on Instagram, okay? Let's keep in touch. I will be so happy to help you. Let's share our ideas there, okay? Here. So people, you will create your Google form here, your activity. Can be a biology activity, chemistry, Portuguese, Spanish, whatever. And when you click here, this is the first question. You can select here what type of question you want, a short answer, paragraph, multiple choice. As you can see, we have other types. But here in this gamified activity, I'm selecting two types of questions, short answers and multiple choice. I'm going to explain why I have chosen only those two questions here. In this first one, I want short answer. My student needs to type the answer here, okay? When I do that, there is a small setting here. You will select here a drop-down menu. You will select text, which contains exactly the answer that I typed here. If I'm using uppercase, my student need to type exactly with uppercase, because if he types with lowercase, it doesn't work. He will not go to the next question. That's the idea of a lock. I'm locking this question here. They needed to move to the next question if he got the right answer here, okay? Oh, thank you. Subscribed. Oh, a new subscriber. Thank you so much. And here I'm asking, what's the name of this series? My students love Stranger Things. And I've never watched it. I need to watch just to have an idea what is it about. All the video are no, unfortunately, but I promise I will make some videos in English. I think, well, that's my homework. Okay, I'm planning to create videos in English, but you can use the caption English subtitle. Yeah, but I will do that. I promise. This is what I need to do. Well, Vanessa, you are an English teacher. Why don't you publish videos in English? I'm shy, people. I'm kidding. So back to Google Form here. Then you write the answer. I'm using uppercase, and please, let me delete here. Custom arrow text. If you leave this empty space like that, my student will see the answer. So I need to give him a hint, for example, as I wrote here, type using uppercase. So my student know that he needs to write the answer using uppercase. As a gamified activity, I need to, it's not mandatory, but you can choose. I will give some points or no, it's up to you. And feedback, this is one of the most important parts in a gamification activity, giving feedback to your student, because in a video game, they have feedbacks all the time, right? So it's up to you. You click here, you will answer feedback typing or leaving a web page or a video from YouTube, for example. All right. And here, click on required. Okay, this is a mandatory. It's impossible to skip if he missed. Oh, I forgot. So I can answer this question if I achieve the end of the game here. And please click here on these three dots. We have response validation. When we click here, response validation, we have this setting here that I mentioned. It was text contains Stranger Things, plural. And here, type using uppercase. Okay, that's it. Let's take a look here. Review. I need to use my email here. It's required. Okay, what's the name of the series? Let's put something. Okay, it's right, but it's not written with uppercase. If I click here next, look, type using uppercase. So, all right, as you could see, there were a red frame here disappeared. So I can go to the next question here. Here I created my suggestion for you to use GIFs. GIFs is amazing. It makes your student happy. They are familiar with some GIFs. Sometimes you need to contextualize if you use a GIF from a famous person like, I forgot his name, Chuck Norris. Some students of mine know who Chuck Norris is, okay? But we have a new generation, they don't know, so you need to explain just to make sense for them, right? Or use some characters, animation characters they are familiar with, okay? Let me turn back to the editor mode. So, you have created your first question here. Take a look. After section 1, continue next section. I will create another section. Click on this Add Section button here. This is the second one. I paste here some emojis. Okay, just copy and paste. Pretty easy, people. You go to web page, emoji. Here, the first one, getemoji.com. And just select, copy, and paste here, people, for example. Take a look. Select, copy, and you will paste on your Google form, like I did here. Really easy. Here, how can I upload a GIF here? Click on Add Image. You will use here by URL the address from the image, right? I love Giphy.com. And you will select many GIFs here. I was looking, that's right. Let's see. Here, the boy. You will click here, share, copy GIF link, and paste on Google Form. Let's see. It's loading. All right. Insert image. Okay, that's right. Because this is my feedback for my student to go to the next section. All right, as I did here. Let me delete this one. All right. You can resize if you want. Center a line here. That's okay. Now I create in this second section here a new question. I clicked here, add question. This is a new one. I wrote here, it looks like that I'm talking to my student here. Wow, let's check if you know everything about Stranger Things. There's another, and I made a research here about Stranger Things. And this question, for those who are big fans of Stranger Things, they know, I don't know. I can share with you the slide, of course. I will upload and share with you. Don't worry. And also, I can make a copy of this Google form too, for you to have an idea about all those questions, sections I've created. I can make this copy for you too. Here, there's another world that is parallel to our world, but it's colder and darker. What was the name of the other world? So, who are a Stranger Things fan? They know it's upside down. So, here I've chosen multiple choice. 3 options here: upside down, inside out, flip flop. But pay attention. I click here, required. It's mandatory to answer this question. 3 dots, really important here. Click on go to section based on answer. Why am I choosing this? Because here we have sections. If my student click upside down, this is the correct answer, they will go to section 3, the right answer. The second and third alternatives, they are wrong. So they will go to section 5 here that I created. This is the wrong answer. Let me show you here. Section 3. Here I've created a new one, section 3. That's right. And here, this is a video from YouTube with the sound of a right answer, like a ding dong sound, something like that. This is the section 3. Pay attention, you will make the link here. Go to section 3. This is the normal one, okay, people? When we don't selection the section here. But when you select, take a look. So here, upside down, this is the section with the right sound. And section 5, this is the wrong one. So I will link. It looks like a web page when you are making hyperlinks here. So upside down, go to section 3. Inside out, this is the wrong answer. And flip-flop, wrong answer. That's it. And here, as you can see, I've created here 5 sections. It's a hard work, a time consuming, I must confess for you. But when you do this activity with your student, it's fascinating. Your students are so happy. They want to know, they want to discover many things. In my classroom, I use Google Forms, and well, it's available for them to use to use mobile phone to Google, because at the same time they are looking for the answer. Sometimes some people can say, "Oh, they are cheating." Oh, they are making research. Okay, I accept. But sometimes the other group are faster. They don't need a mobile phone to find out the answer. They will get, they are faster and they can achieve the first place, for example. All right. So here, preview. I needed to type my email address, Stranger Things, the correct answer. I will go to the next question here. Take a look upside down because I had selected here. This is the correct answer, but let's inside out. I think this is the right. Click on next. Wrong answer. They need to click on back button. My student needs to click on back button because if he clicks on submit, they will send the form and it wasn't finished yet. So back, I think it's upside down. Next. So ding dong, correct answer. He will go to the next section here. Congrats! Your certification has been sent to your email. As an award here, reward for them, I've created a certification using an amazing add-on on Google Form. Take a look here. We have many add-ons which are here, certifying. I will suggest you to look for certifying. This is an online add-on for Google Form where you can create online certifications for your students if you are attending you intend to create a workshop like we are doing here. I could create a certification for you using certifying. And this is automatically, you will make some settings here very fast, and automatically my students will get the certification here. Let me see here. I use Google Form, but I didn't know it did. Yes, as I told you, we have many things behind Google Forms that some teachers, they don't know, but you need to dive deeper, you know? And those add-ons, they are available here. You click on 3 dots, add-ons. And I'm using here search. Take a look here. We have many add-ons to timer, form ranger, many things. Some of them I don't know, but I'm using here certifying. This one, it is already installed, but you can click using your Google email. You click and automatically it is installed on your Google form. And how can I use? I'm gonna show you. You click here, certify, and then as I had done this in the morning, it is automatically in form here. For each Google form, if you want to make certifications, you need to make the settings here, okay? And when you do that, this is the example. Let me show you here. You can make your own certification. You have a template and you can make some changes here, make a background. It's amazing, okay? Yes, the certificate arrives by email. Your student will use his email and immediately it is sent for them. And here inside this I think it's brackets, but bracket, no, I forgot the name of this mathematic symbol. I forgot. And nowadays I'm studying coding, programming, or okay, and I forgot, sorry. But here, you will not change. This is where the student name or the participant name will be displayed, the title of your Google form or the name of your workshop, your class, and the date. You will not change here. You will just change the first one. This certificate declares that here has completed the activity, blah, blah, blah. And you can add some icons according to your desire here. It's amazing. I have a video tutorial on my channel where I explain how to make the settings. If you want to know more about certifying, you can visit, or as I told you, you can ask me. I'll be here to help you, okay? It will be a pleasure. So, people, I think, do you have any question? Oh, my battery is almost dying. And luckily, okay. So, people, I know it was so fast. Sometimes in 1 hour, it's impossible to tell you everything about gamification, but this is just an idea for you to think about it. Oh, how can I gamify my classroom with those Vanessa's hint? We can stay in touch uh, using my social media, YouTube, Instagram. You can email me too if you want to, profvanessa25@gmail.com. Oh, capital letter, sorry. I'm not screaming. I typed using capital letter here. Oh, from Tunisia. Thank you so much. That's the reason I love internet, people. We can connect to many people around the world, get in touch, spreading ideas, sharing information with with teachers from different parts of the world. That is amazing. I'm really happy. Oh, thank you. I'm taking notes here. So that's all for today, but we will stay in touch on social media. Okay, people? Thank you so much.
Thank you, teacher. A gente vai dar a pausa agora e retornar às 14h30 ou já encerrou?
Oi?
Às 16 a gente vai A senhora vai encerrar agora ou a gente vai retornar às 16h30?
Isso, aí vai ter segundo momento. Vai ter uma
Pronto.
pausa agora, we have a break to
9
drink a water, a coffee.
de 15 minutes. Aí a gente volta, tá? 15 minutinhos, aí a gente retorna para a sala para ter o segundo momento.
Okay. So people, thank you so much. It was a pleasure to be here with you. Let's stay in touch. Bye bye.
Bye bye, see you.
See you.